In this section, we'll look at how to do some basic dosage calculations. And we're going to use our dimensional analysis that we used in Module 9. That's how we converted units. So in this problem, it tells us the doctor orders Zithromax 500 milligrams. So we're going to start with our 500 milligrams, and we're going to put that over 1. And then it tells us the supply in the medicine cabinet is Zithromax 250 milligrams per tablet. So this is really telling us that we have 250 milligrams is equal to 1 tablet. And we're going to use that to write our other fraction. Remember that if this milligrams is on top, we want this milligrams to be on the bottom. So we'll have 250 milligrams down here and the 1 tablet up here. That will let our milligrams cancel out. We multiply straight across, so we have 500 and we have tablet left on the top, and 1 times 250 is 250. So we'll take 500 divided by 250, which is 2 tablets. So this is telling us that if the doctor wants the patient to take 500 milligrams, that means that we would need to give them 2 tablets. So here we have the doctor orders 60 milligrams of liquid cough syrup. So we're going to have 60 milligrams over 1. It goes on to say that liquid cough syrup has a label that reads 100 milligrams in 5 liters. So we have 100 milligrams equals 5 milliliters. So we're going to use that to write our next fraction. The milligrams here is on top, so we want this milligrams to be on the bottom. And that leaves the 5 milliliters to go on top. Here the milligrams will cancel out with the milligrams, and then we multiply fractions straight across. So 60 times 5 is 300, and we still have milliliters. And 1 times 100 is 100. And then 300 divided by 100 is 3 milliliters. So we would give the patient the 3 milliliters of cough syrup. So this is the same idea, it's just written in a little bit different language. So the order is where we start. We have 1 milligram over 1. This tells us that we have 5 milligrams, which is the same in this case as 1 milliliter. So we're going to use that to write our other fraction. Here we have milligrams on top, so we want the milligrams on the bottom. And that leaves this 1 milliliter to go on top. So the milligrams cancel out. We multiply straight across 1 milliliter, and then straight across the bottom, 1 times 5 is 5. So we take 1 divided by 5, and we get 0.2 milliliters. So this is the same idea. Here we have 10 milligrams, so we'll start with 10 milligrams over 1. For this medicine, it tells us that 2.5 milligrams is 1 capsule. So we'll use that to write our next fraction. The milligrams here is on top, so we want the milligrams to be on the bottom. And that would leave this 1 capsule on the top. That makes the milligrams cancel out, and then we multiply straight across, so 1 times 10 is 10. This will now be in capsules over 1 times 2.5, which is 2.5. So if we take 10 divided by 2.5, we get 4 capsules. And we'll do one more example. Here we have 300 milligrams, so we'll start with 300 milligrams over 1. This tells us that in this case we have 5 grains equals 1 tablet. Okay, now here's a little bit of an issue because this tells us grains and this says milligrams, so we need to go back to our Module 9 information and figure out how many grains are in a milligram. So page 94 tells us that 1 grain is 60 milligrams. So let's start with this information first. If we have the milligrams on top, we need the milligrams here to be on the bottom, so 60 milligrams and 1 grain. And then we can use this information. Grains is on top, so we'd want the 5 grains to be on the bottom, which leaves the 1 tablet on the top. So here milligrams would cancel out, and then grains would cancel out, and then we multiply straight across. So 300 times 1 times 1 is 300. Now the only units we have left are tablets. That's good because that's what we want. Across the bottom, 1 times 60 times 5 is 300. And if we take 300 divided by 300, we get 1 tablet.